So there's been a lot of talk about Nintendo Switch 2 game keycards, and we've covered it pretty extensively here on the channel. I've made a couple of videos explaining it pretty extensively, but I wanted to show you guys hands-on what it means to have a game keycard. What does it do? What is it? So that's what we're going to be checking out in this video. If you do enjoy this kind of content, leave a like, subscribe for. We've been covering a ton of Nintendo Switch 2, from gameplay and guides and walkthroughs, tutorials, different things like that, and whatever you label this video as. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this. I have not two videos. Well, I don't know. My brain is not braining. I have two games right here. And if I show you guys these games, if my camera focuses, you can see that there's two differences, right? The Nintendo Switch 2 edition, yes, it has some writing on the bottom here, but I'll tell you what it says in a second. And then the Bravely Default has the little game keycard icon at the bottom if you look at it. So that's the two games that I have. The writing basically on Breath of the Wild just says it includes the Nintendo Switch game and Switch 2 edition upgrade pack, yada yada, all that stuff. That's just what that says. Has nothing to do with game keycard. So if I pop that in, it's just a physical game. It'll just pop up on my game, on my console. It's just a physical game cartridge. No downloads required. I just pop in the cartridge, I load up the game just as you would expect. Now, Bravely Default, on the other hand, is a game keycard. Well, what does that mean? If I open up the case, you can see inside, if the camera focuses, there is a game cartridge and it says Bravely Default. It looks like it's a physical game cartridge. It pretty much is a physical game cartridge, but the difference with this is that when I pop it into my console, and I've not yet done this, I was saving it for a video. When I pop it into my console, it's going to download the game. So I have to download the full game. And this is just basically a license to play. Now, there's been on other platforms, right, on other consoles, like PlayStation and Xbox. One game that comes to mind is Call of Duty, that's been doing this for quite some time. They've also done that. You don't actually get the full game on a disc anymore. It's just a license. They've essentially do game disc key cards, I guess, if you will. And it's essentially the same thing. What does that mean? Well, it means you could still resell the game because it's not a downloadable code. Once I pop this in, it's not the same as a downloadable code. If I had a downloadable code like they did on the Nintendo Switch 1, essentially when I use that code, it's linked and locked to my account. For example, I have Mario Kart World, right? So Mario Kart World here was a game key code that came with my Nintendo Switch 2. It's a downloadable code. I use that code and it's no longer good. I can't give that code to anyone else. I can't resell Mario Kart World. It's linked to my account forever. This is not that. So the way this works is it's a license that makes me be able to play the game. I have to download the game as if it was a digital download, but the difference is I can resell this because anyone who pops this into their console, they're also going to have to re-download. They're going to have to download the game, but you need to have this cartridge inside of the console in order to play it. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop this in for the first time. Pay attention to what happens on screen. I'm not going to cut anything. I'm going to walk over to my Nintendo Switch 2, which is behind my camera. I'm going to pop this into my Nintendo Switch 2. Pay attention to the gameplay. You'll see it pop up on screen, whatever it says. You're going to see it before me. Okay, I'm going to do it right now. All right, here we go. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm really far away. I'm popping it into the Switch 2 right now as we speak. I just inserted it. I'm coming back over. There we go. To use this game key card, you'll need to download data. Even after the data has been downloaded, the game keycard will need to remain inserted in the system to play the game. Okay, that is crucial in terms of how this works. I'm going to click download, checking software information. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to download it. I'm going to load up the game. You're going to see it boot up. I'm going to remove the game keycard and then try to boot it up again, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to play the game without it. So again, I want to make this crystal clear because people are so confused. You can resell this game. You can lend it as exactly as if it's a physical game. The only difference is instead of being able to play the game off of the cartridge, you have to download it. The cartridge gives the cartridge basically tells your Nintendo Switch 2, hey, you're allowed to play, you're allowed to boot up this game. It's like a license to boot up the game. It's like it's confirming, hey, whereas a digital download, it's linked to your actual Nintendo account. The license in this case is linked to the game key card instead of to your Nintendo Switch account or Nintendo account. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let me finish downloading this. We'll boot it up. We'll check it out. We'll see how it all works. Okay, so it finished downloading. I'm gonna put my headphones on here so they're out of my way because my headphones are usually kind of resting on my screen. So I'm gonna boot it up. You're gonna see how it works. It's gonna work fine. We're gonna load in. I've never played Bravely Default, by the way. Or do you pronounce it default? I say default, whatever. I don't care. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato, whatever. I don't know why this game is so slow to load. All right, so you can see we're in, right? Text language, voice language. Yeah, okay, great. Oh, end. We got to push the B button. Whoops. All right, let me, and there you go. We're inside of the game. Just like that. The game that I've never played. So, okay, so that now we know it boots up, it works fine. I would like to start the game and try it out, but we're not going to do that. Let me go ahead. Let me close the game. I just don't want to like mess anything up. Let me close the game. I'm going to remove the cartridge, and then we're going to see what's going to happen. I don't know if anything's going to happen on screen. Hold on. Okay, so I have the cartridge. Let me show you. It's in my hands here. Can you see that? It's really itty bitty small. There you go. Bravely Default. I'm going to hit, see, insert the game card. Just the same. Hold on. I'll just to prove it. Where's okay. Okay, there's Breath of the Wild. I do not have a digital version of Breath of the Wild. I have a digital version of Tears of the Kingdom as well. So it says insert the game card. So just the same as Breath of the Wild, which is not a game key card, is what Bravely Default does. So you have to have the game key card in here. And if I was to like say give someone this game key card to put in their Switch, they could play it. They could download the game and play it themselves, and then they can give me back the game key card. I could put it back on my Switch, and I could play it. So that's the thing about game key cards, is they have resale value. But what that does is it makes it so, I guess, the game cartridges, because you know, there's different sizes of game cartridges. There's like 64 gigs and stuff, but this size, I'm assuming, is smaller. So you don't need a 64 game cartridge, so it doesn't cost developers as much. That's why it's a lot of third-party developers that are going with the game key cartridge route. Nintendo, they're never going to do that. I don't see them ever doing that. All of their first-party games so far are all physical games. They're not game key cards, but third-party developers have that choice if they want to go that route, which makes it nice, because before the only other route was a downloadable code. And if you have a downloadable code, you can't resell that. You can't lend it out. You can't trade it. You can't do anything with it. But this acts like a physical game. So I hope this clarified some stuff for you guys, so you can see a hands-on demonstration of how this works. Let me know if you still have any other questions. I know this video was a little bit lengthy, but I want to be as thorough as humanly possible. So if anyone ever asks me, I'll just link them this video and they can see like all the thorough, in-depth information about game key cards. So hopefully I didn't miss anything. Thanks for watching. Till the next one. Game on. See you guys later.